Yeah, you want to see some scummy ass fucking shit. Like no matter how you put it, I mean, I get that you're trying to get the conservatives on fucking what do you call it, on abortion, but this isn't the way to fucking do it. You know what I mean? You can do the simple shit, my body, my choice shit. The same with this vaccine that's going on. That's all you had to say. Instead, no. These dudes send somebody out there into the field for the fucking first time. This is the first time I've ever seen them send some people out into the fucking field, right? And what do? They go and harass a bunch of old fucking people. Let's watch. And it's funny that
Really, just last week, and the fiercest supporters against choice for women if they should become pregnant were out there in full force talking about things like many ways to carry out a pregnancy rather than go that route. And the comedy duo known as the Good Liars, they exposed a bit of this backward logic when they asked those folks, do you live up to these things that you're preaching to everyone else? Let's watch.
Here live as a march.
And if I only got through the first minute and 30 seconds before I got disgusted. That shit triggered me real fast. But I'm sorry. Let's watch these young progressive guys go out into the field and bother nice ordinary old people. Holy shit.
The life continues. I'm not okay with abortion whatsoever. What should happen to these children that are born? Adoption.
Adoption is a great choice instead of abortion.
So how many children have you adopted? I don't have any children that I've adopted.
Oh, I have 7 children.
How many of those children are adopted?
None.
No adopted. You guys are just having children. Yep. Amazing. Not adopting the others. Okay, well, anyway, we are here at the March for Life. A lot of them want other people.
What the fuck is that, bro? You making it seem like this is the adoption pool. If you wanted to go to look for people that are trying to adopt, you go and fucking ask 70-year-old fucking people. And I'll show you, it gets even scummier. It gets scummier.
To have children. They don't want to help.
I saw the sign, choose adoption. Yeah. And how many children have you adopted?
Not able to adopt. I'd love to adopt. We weren't able to.
Notice how she says, I would love to be able to adopt when we weren't able to adopt. Watch what this guy does.
Adopt.
And how many children have you adopted?
None.
Right to the next one. Right to the next one. Then what he does?
I have 2 of my own. Yeah.
And how many children have you adopted?
None.
I'm just gonna keep following up. This crazy about this one is this old lady right here looks like she's heartbroken about not being able to adopt.
None.
Look at
and
that.
How many children have
and
you
then, right when she was about to follow up with why she couldn't adopt, just like the other people, this nigga skips over her. What was the point of this? What is the point of this? But that other people do want children, and it's hard for the government. Sometimes it's hard for the government to let you be able to adopt if you can, if you're a family open to adopt. None of that. We're just gonna go. Oh, what should they do with the babies? Not just throw them in the dumpster. Do you want to throw a dumpster baby? You want to throw a baby in the dumpster? Why would you want them to abort the baby? Holy shit!
I have 2 of my own.
Yeah. But so you've adopted?
I have 2 of my own.
But you haven't adopted.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the message.
Wow. There's more from that.
There's more from that. I'm curious if you're gonna show it. But dude, what can you reiterate against that? This dude just asked 5 old women that look like their prime was what, in the fucking 60s, 70s? Dude, I don't think abortions were as big as that. Holy shit. Well, my fault, brother. Man.
From that particular event, from someone else talking about vaccines and everything. But just I want to point out really fast, since we just saw that particular video, as he was going down the line there at the end of those 4 women, as they saw the question was going to get asked to each, and they're like, oh man, I don't have the right answer either. Man, she's...
Are you serious? One of the ladies said I couldn't adopt. One of the ladies said I could not adopt. Are you that ignorant, my guy? And then again, the other old lady that he fucking, when she was about to say something, he cut her off. He just said, oh, you couldn't adopt? Oh, couldn't adopt? Oh, you couldn't adopt? Oh, you couldn't adopt? No iteration, no reason why they didn't adopt. Even though the lady said, I have 7 kids of my own, we couldn't adopt. Holy fucking shit, dude. But I'm sorry.
She said, no, and I have the same answer. This isn't going to go well for me. Can you guys not ask me? Anyways, outside of that,
no,
ironically, there's also questions being asked about people's lives and their bodies and their own choices when it comes to vaccinations. Let's see what this gentleman had to say.
What message would you have to women who are considering having an abortion?
When a woman becomes pregnant, there's 2 bodies there. It's not one, and it's not my body, my choice. It's care for the child. There's adoption. There's other routes to go.
What do you say to people out there that say that they don't want to get the COVID vaccine?
If the my body, my choice works for abortion, why doesn't the same work for the vaccine?
Why not?
Okay, so I know there's no swearing on this, and I am going to.
Wow, hold on. He seemed like he agreed with you guys, or you agreed with him. What the fuck are you going on about? Yo, you guys are too big over there now. If that's the story that you guys are fucking trying to grab, fucking badgering 7 old women, and how do we know that? What if one of them? Because he didn't really follow up with any other questions. What if those women couldn't have children? What if those 4 women or however many women couldn't have children? TYT. Huh? You fucking can't be serious. So what you're telling me is 2 asshole guys just went up and badgered a whole bunch of old people. Let me see where the rest of this shit goes.
I'm like really holding back because this really makes me want to swear. Look, I just had a baby 3 months ago. I gave birth.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I went through childbirth. That hurts. It hurts a lot. It is an ordeal. My body is still not recovered from that experience. I have a baby, love her, she's great. No notes on the baby. Childbirth, I've got some issues with. Adoption is not an alternative to childbirth, which is a major medical ordeal, which is super expensive for a woman to go through, which is traumatizing for a woman. Deal. My body is still not recovered.
Abortion. Why doesn't the same work for the vaccine?
Why
not?
He asked that. And when he asked before, he said 2 bodies. You wouldn't even say, oh, there's more than one person in the fucking world. Yeah, but I can separate myself from them. I'm sorry that you made a choice that has another choice along in that choice. That you have to try to, you have to think about another life other than your own. It sucks. That's life. That's life. And opposed to you wanting to say some socialism shit where, oh, you gotta think about your fellow man, not every fellow man thinks about you. So I'm gonna close my bleeding heart a little bit. You fucking weirdos, bro. And I want to see what she said about how.
Okay, so I know there's no swearing on this, and I'm like really holding back because this.
Or imagine, 1 out of those 7 women probably could not give birth, would never know the fucking joys of having their own child. Just remember that shit. As you get to gloat, as you get to say your personal experience about having a child. Go on.
Really makes me want to swear.
Go on, Princess.
Look,
Want to swear.
I just had a baby 3 months ago. I gave birth.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I went through childbirth. That hurts. It hurts a lot. It is an ordeal. My body is still not recovered from that experience. I have a baby, love her, she's great. No notes on the baby. Childbirth, I've got some issues with. Adoption is not an alternative to childbirth, which is a major medical ordeal.
Are you an idiot? You know how many people will fucking be out there that would pay you thousands for a fucking child to actually love? We won't even say child slavery. They'll actually love, even though it seems like a fucking some sort of weird shady system. But you gotta pay to adopt a child. Even though when you adopt that child, the government will give you money for that adopted child. We're only talking about the love. We're only talking about the love here. And again, you insensitive prick. I am talking to you, you insensitive prick. You know there are females out there that can't give birth. Men that cannot fucking produce babies, yo. You know this, right? So for you to sit up there and be like, oh, I gave birth. It was an ordeal. Blah, blah, blah. I got this joyous thing in the world. But if I didn't want her, adoption would not be my option. I would kill her. I would kill this fucking joy that I know is a joy. I would kill her in a heartbeat. If I did not want her, I would kill her. I wouldn't even give her up to somebody who does want her. I would kill her. My fault, your ordeal.
Which is super expensive for a woman to go through, which is traumatizing for a woman to go through, even if everything goes well. Second of all, the adoption thing, I get a little bothered by this notion that like, oh yeah, just adopt. There are fewer children available for adoption in the US than there ever have been since adoption was popularized, I think in like the 1930s.
Because you guys are fucking just letting people abort like crazy. You know what I mean? People don't leave babies at fire stations anymore, I don't believe. They have the option to just go to the doctors and be like, yo, I don't want this, how they would call it, parasite inside of me. Flush it out. Yo, stop. Yo, think outside. Think. Yeah, I think some females know the pain of having a child. The struggles. And I believe, like most things, they would go through it just for that glimpse of that joy.
There's about 10,000 babies per year that are put up for adoption, and there's 1 million families on the waiting list to adopt children. People are using the foster system as a way to adopt children, even though it was never intended to be that. Children do best when they're with their parents, and when those parents are given the resources to raise them in a way that is healthy. Adoption is often the result of, in a lot of cases, of bad economic circumstances, an unplanned pregnancy, some kind of a tragedy. The notion that
there's rich people out there that get pregnant and don't want to have kids. They could. Sorry.
Adoption, as though it's just like a flippant thing that you can just choose, is infuriating to me as a woman who has chosen both to give birth and in the past has chosen to have an.
First of all, one guy said abortion. They kept. Oh no, I think adoption, and I think those ladies did have a picture or a thing about adoption. But still, you're going off of fucking 4 or 5 women that he only asked if they have adopted at the fucking whatever age they are. They all look like they're in their fucking 50s and 60s. The adoption agency probably won't give you one if you are not financially stable. There's a lot of reasons why people won't get adoptions, and it's usually the government's thing. It's not like you, if you, anonymous person, wanted to just walk up and give your fucking baby to somebody. It doesn't work that way. You will still have to go through a fucking court proceeding, all types of other legal mumbo jumbo. Holy shit, it's not just easy to adopt. And it's not like the government is just like, yeah, you can adopt this person. That's not how that works. Holy shit, go on.
Abortion.
I think I'm going to have to rank with both of you and say that I actually believe that life begins at preconception. And so when it comes to bodily autonomy, I would like to see the government go further, and I would like to see it restrict men's ability to masturbate. So perhaps if we took things to its logical conclusion, we could reach that and then truly have freedom in the country.
What? What? Yo, what? Let's boil this story down to this dude nagging a few women, and then who knows if any of those other women could have had children. It's just the fact that they were like, yo, adoption is an option, and you guys just in an outrage. And Lance, for some reason, thinks that giving birth is the same as masturbation. Are you fucking serious? I wonder how Homegirl would feel about that. Body of time. Like to see the government.
I'm going to go further, and I would like to see it restrict men's ability to masturbate.
Again, how are these two things equate? How is giving birth the same thing as masturbating? Holy fucking shit. Again, these are the smartest people in the fucking room. Oh, if you don't like killing, I'm just gonna restrict candy options. What? My correlation to that is that candy leads to diabetes. Diabetes does kill. Not all the time, but it does sometimes. So, it's like what? Like you can nut in a girl all the time, and that doesn't mean you're gonna get them pregnant. You fucking ignorant piece of shit. And the way she just made it sound like you're contradicting her notes about fucking pregnancy birth. You're sitting there like, oh, it's just like nutting. She's probably gonna be like, yeah, nah, nigga, it's more like fucking taking the sledgehammer to your nuts. Two different things, Lance. Two different fucking things, Lance. Two completely fucking different things. Unless you were gonna go down the logic that I just went down to, that fucking masturbation, if pre-cum get into a girl, she can get pregnant accidentally? She can accidentally get pregnant by wearing her fucking boyfriend's boxes after he fucking, pre-cummed in it from the morning before. She just threw his boxers on, not thinking. Now she's pregnant. Bam. But I'm sorry, Lance.
So perhaps if we took things to its logical conclusion, we could reach that and then truly have freedom in the country.
Yes, the Monty Python principle. Every sperm is sacred.
Yeah, and don't overlook that. I mean, earlier today we were talking about, there was an activist that was on a program, and she took the abortion pill on the air, and everyone gasped. And I was thinking the same thing, man. I get ED ads all the time when I'm watching football games. Man, listen to the radio for Sirius XM on Sports Talk. Oh man, it's wall to wall. Get your little blue pill. Send it this way. It'll cost you even less. Man, can't wait till you get it. Hey, if it stays for 4.
Yo, you make it seem like there's no commercials out there that I bet you were drilled towards things about the pregnancy tests. There's fucking first family commercials. There's all of these types of commercials. The pendulum swings both ways, you fucking wackadoo. Holy shit, dog, yo. It's like, yo, these dudes want to pick up an agenda and just fucking bastardize the shit. Holy fucking hell. Holy fucking hell. And let's get back to these fucking these because I don't really care what you have to say at the end of this shit, because it's asinine. It makes no sense. It's asinine and it makes no fucking sense. I would really, really just like to focus on this shit right here, dog.
So how many children
I'm
have you
glad that
adopted?
these ain't no
I don't have any children adopted.
Oh, I have 7 children.
How many of those children are adopted?
None.
No, you guys are just having children. Amazing. Not adopting the others. Okay, well, anyway, we are here at the March for Life. A lot of them want other people, to have children.
We're not going to ask up any follow-up questions. Like, why didn't you adopt, sir? Or any of that. None of that. We'll just be like, oh, you don't adopt? Oh, then you're a fucking loser. Walk on by. Walk on by. Let's go pick on some old people.
I saw the sign, choose adoption.
Yeah.
And how many children have you adopted?
Not able to adopt. I'd love to adopt. We weren't able to adopt.
I would love to adopt.
How many children have you adopted?
Why wouldn't he ask no follow-up questions? Why wouldn't he ask up any follow-up? Because she seemed like she wanted to adopt. You?
I have 2 of my own. Yeah.
And how many children have you adopted?
None.
None.
And how many children have you adopted?
I have 2.
What was she going to say? Oh, so we just went there to batter.
Of my own.
Yeah. But so you've adopted?
I have 2 of my own.
You haven't adopted.
That's two of mine.
Okay.
The message.
Exactly. She has 2 of her own. Shit, it's probably hard to stay in 3, but notice how 1, 2, 3, 4 ladies. He has 4 out of them. 1 out of the 4 said she would love to adopt. She's not able to adopt. I would love to adopt. We were not able to adopt. Holy shit.
Adopt. We weren't able to adopt.
And how many children have you adopted?
None. I have 2 of my own. Yeah.
And how many children have you adopted?
None.
And how many children have you adopted?
I have 2 of my own.
But so you've adopted?
I have 2 of my own.
You haven't adopted. Okay.
The message.
Wow.
Okay.
There's more from that particular event from someone else talking about vaccines and everything. But just I want to point out really fast since we just saw that particular video.
Oh no, he did go on vaccines. When the guy agreed, like, yeah, well, isn't it still saying my body, my choice? Yeah, it's your body. Oh, it's my fault. You want to kill the other body inside of you. I get it, cool. You're perfectly fine, all right? Like, there's no complications from the baby. You know, unlike a fucking COVID, which even though it's like, yeah, I got COVID, but I'm fine. They'd be like, well, you still got to take the vaccine. Like, why? Why do I got to take the vaccine if I'm perfectly fine and all you need to take the vaccine? But that's neither here nor there. Why would you get all uppity into yourself about fucking picking on a bunch of old ladies, yo? I just can't believe it. And then again, yo, this dude's smugness. It's just fucking too much.